In business and in life, there's only one real failure, and that's the failure to participate. If you want to get 100% out of something, you've got to put 100% in. Sometimes I suppose you've got to put 120% in. But if you want to get something out, you've got to be 100% committed. You've got to be 100% taking part. And the same goes for you if you're running a business. You want your team to be involved. You can't keep them in the dark like a mushroom and feed them, little bits and pieces of information. You've got to get them involved. You've got to get them energized. I was chatting with a client earlier today about exactly that. They were asking, how come their team isn't engaged? And here's what I know. If you don't get them 100% involved, you don't share your vision with them, you don't share your passion, you don't understand what they want, well, they're not going to be involved. Imagine, and I'll tell you a quick story. Imagine a situation. The question becomes, how fast does a plane need to fly or drive down the runway before it takes off? A Boeing jet or an Airbus jet. And apparently the answer is that takeoff happens at about 288 kilometers per hour. 288 kilometers per hour. Now imagine for a second that the pilot and the co-pilot, they're kind of involved, but they're not 100% involved. They're only sort of 50% involved. And the plane's going down and it gets to 200, gets to 220, gets to 250, and then they check out. What's going to happen? They're not going to take off. They're going to crash and burn, which is an awful situation. There's not going to be enough runway in that business or in that plane taking off. In the same way, if you want your business to absolutely fly, you need to make sure that your team is 100% committed so that when they hit the 288, they can take off. That's my lesson for you today. Think about it. And if you want to chat further, give me a shout, because this ability to get people 100% involved, to recognize that the big failure in business, the big failure in life is to not put yourself 100% there, not commit 100%. That's a challenge we can all overcome. And it's a challenge I can help you with. So give me a shout. Thanks so much. Cheers.